after some big-time wins. So, I mean, we just got to focus on, one team, and that's Florida Atlantic, and, locking into personnel and, focusing for 40 minutes because it's going to be another dogfight.
Markquis, how's the ankle feeling today, and how much work have you had to do with the trainers getting ready for that?
My ankle feels good. It feels about 85 to 90%, back. I've been doing treatment and rehab all night,
What's involved in that treatment and rehab?
A bunch of ice, a bunch of elevation, a bunch of movement, sleep.
Did you get out and practice today?
Yeah, I moved around a little bit.
Did you hear from Carmelo or anybody? Did you get any messages from him or any of those guys last night? How many text messages would you say you got last night and today?
Man, I saw Carmelo after the game in Cayenne.
What did he say?
He called my name and was like, "Good job." He patted his chest and like, "Good job." And I did it back. But he's been a supporter of me, from day one, and since we was working out and, the Mellow Gym together, right around the corner. But I haven't been able to catch up to everything. I'm sure I will, at some point. But yeah, it's just been nothing but love.
Any idea, like roughly how many text messages you got?
I had like 200, 300 text messages. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, but it's a blessing from God.
Keith, when you see this, what's your reaction, man?
Man, that's beautiful. That's amazing. I mean, that's something I dreamed of, in my earlier days in high school. I always dreamed of, coming back to New York and, putting on, for the city. To be on a newspaper feels surreal.
Markquis, you said earlier in the week that growing up you looked up to guys like Kemba Walker, Isaiah Briscoe. What about their games did you really admire?
Just their will, their passion, just how they play the game. I mean, every player, in New York kind of plays similar with that flash and that grittiness. Kemba actually, wrote me and called me, 2 days ago, and just told me to keep my foot on the gas, keep applying pressure and don't let up. So that gave me some added motivation because I looked up to him when he made that tournament run. So it's just cool to see.
What gives New York point guards that flash, that grittiness?
Just being in this environment. I mean, you have to be tough. You have to be, hard as tough as nails, in order to get on the court. I mean, and a lot of people doubt you coming out of New York City. They say New York City point guards can't shoot, or they have that stigma of not listening, or stuff like that. I feel like me, Kemba, guys who made it to the NBA out of New York are switching that, and we showing the world that New York City point guards are really good.
Did Shaheen Holloway offer you when he was at St. Peter's, and what was his message, and why did you pick Arkansas over St. Peter's?
When Shaheen got the job, I was the first person that he reached out to. I took an unofficial visit to St. Peter's, and he was like, "Man, I want you to join my team. I mean, I'm a point guard. I know what point guards are supposed to do. He's always been believing in me since day one. So it was just cool to see that he believed in me. But I had a different route. It was nothing about St. Peter's or him that made me not want to go there. I just felt like being at Arkansas Little Rock was better for my career.
What did you think about his success with St. Peter's last year?
I was so happy for him to see. I mean, to see that I was the first person he reached out to, and he immediately said, I want you as my point guard because I feel like we could go to the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, and to see him do it, I was cheering him on. I was happy for him. He actually wrote me the other day, saying, congratulations, little bro, keep doing what you're doing.
After last night?
Yeah.
Do you feel Jersey? I mean, I know you're a Harlem guy, but you spent a year at the Patrick School. Do you feel that little Jersey connection?
Yeah, I mean, New York and New Jersey is kind of similar. I mean, we are breeded on guards, and we all love each other, whether you're from New Jersey or New York. I mean, we show respect to each other's games.
You were talking about your
being a blessing from God, and the whole team has said how big faith plays into their success. Do you believe in destiny, and how do you feel like your team is fulfilling its destiny?
I mean, God is real. I mean, it's as simple as that. When you talk to him, he listens. I mean, he hears you out. And when you are faithful to him and you give your entire life to him, great things happen. And that's what this team has done. You know, from day one, we put God, you know, at the center stone of our life, and you know, we just believed in him. And he believed in us, and now we here in Madison Square Garden with a trip to go to the Final Four. Something that hasn't been done in 60 years, so I feel like it's destiny. And, you know, I know God would do his part.
Markquis, what were some of your favorite parks or playgrounds to play on growing up?
All the famous ones: Rucker Park, Dykeman, West 4th, Tri-State. I mean, you name it. Any park in New York City, I probably, you know, played in or worked out in. I mean, it's all fun.
Did you get butterflies playing in those games for the first time when you were younger?
Nah.
So right here.
Just can you go over again about how you're feeling with your ankle?
It's good. 85, 90%. Yeah. Probably be more tomorrow.
How do you carry over the momentum of last night into tomorrow? I mean, basically, you know, what do you have for an encore, I guess?
Just keep focusing on things that's important. Going 1-0, like we've been preaching, you know, the whole season. We had a great performance yesterday. We celebrated last night. Now today is the time to flip over the page and focus on Florida Atlantic, who was very good at getting, you know, 3-point shots, good at making them at a high clip. So we just got to focus and lock in like we've been doing, you know, after games.
Markquis, how many guys on the team were you kind of in the ear of to stay committed or to come to Kansas State? I talked to your dad today, and Shane South told me they both said that you were very big in keeping this team together.
I mean, that's the reason why we're getting so much success now, because we are truly a family. I mean, all of us, you know, enjoy each other's company. We want to see each other doing good. And, you know, as a leader of this team, me and Ish did a good job of just making sure that family vibe is still there. And, you know, that's just been key to our success.
What were you saying to guys to convince them to stay?
To stay?
Or to come back?
I don't feel like it was convincing, because I just, you know, kind of told them how K-State is, what to expect. I mean, the Little Apple is called the happiest place on earth. So just going there, you know, you'll be happy. Coach Tang will take care of you. He'll love you, and the coaching staff, and you'll get better on your game. I mean, if you're a true baller, I mean, that's what you want to hear. It's about, you know, getting better and getting to that next level, and that's why I still committed, and that's what I told the guys.
How did it come to pass that you ended up sending Tang's name to the athletic director?
My brother actually, you know, discovered who Coach Tang was before me. He watched, you know, Baylor and their run, and he saw that Coach Tang and his coaching style, and he saw that, you know, the players gravitated to him a little bit more. And he texted me like, if y'all get Jerome Tang, y'all do some special stuff. And, you know, I just sent that over to Gene Taylor, and he answered it, and we got him here, and it was everything that, you know, I thought it would be.
Do you feel like you hired him?
No, that's not my job. That's above my pay grade. I don't get paid for that.
Was Kansas State the only high major interested in you after Arkansas Little Rock? Were there any other high majors?
There was other high majors, but it was nothing like K-State.
So they were the only real offer?
No, I had multiple offers. I don't remember where. It was a couple years ago, but I had other majors.
Had you known Shane at all? Like how?
Yes, I knew him. He was with Deron Lamb one day working out in the Gauchos, and I happened to be there. And we ended up having dinner together, just as friends, because I was friends with Deron Lamb before I was with Coach Shane at the time, and we grew our relationship from there. Rest is history.
When was you guys first met? You were at Arkansas Little Rock still then? When was it?
No, I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you trusted him?
Yeah.
You talked about some New York City parks that were your favorite to play in, but do you have any local parks in Harlem that were your favorite to play in growing up?
Definitely the one in my neighborhood where I grew up at, 109th and Lexington. I worked out there all the time. Showboat, which is on 3rd Avenue of 109th. Worked out there a lot of times. I mean, me and my dad used to just walk down the street and find different parks to work out in, shoot threes there, and just go to the next park, and we'll do that 7 days a week. I mean, and that's what grew my love for basketball.
Hey, Markquis, Florida Atlantic's faced Kendrick Davis in the tournament. They had Jelly Walker and Tyler Perry in their league. Have you been able to watch any film to see how they attack those dynamite point guards?
No, I haven't. As soon as I get back to the hotel, though, I will watch some film on them. I know they are a very good team that you have to worry about. I'm not overlooking them because I see what they did to people in this tournament, but Kendrick Davis and Jelly Walker is them, not Markquis.
For those of us who weren't here right at the very beginning, can you give us sort of an update on how your ankle feels, what you've done with it, and what kind of shape it's going to be in?
My ankle is good. I'm about 85 to 90%, back. It was a scare. Tweaked it a little bit, but it feels good now. Just been icing it, elevating it. Stuff you do with a rolled ankle.
Probably into this too, but what was it like to see you on paper?
It was amazing. I mean, it feels surreal just being from New York and seeing that, seeing your family and your friends, buy it and send it to you. I mean, it's just nothing but, amazing. And I've just been appreciating it and trying to enjoy every moment of it.
Did your friends and family buy all of them at every newsstand?
Probably so. They're probably going around every corner store.
They're keeping Zach employed by buying all those.
Markquis, what ankle is that?
It's my right ankle.
Markquis, when it comes to some of the no-look passes or the misdirection that you do with your eyes, how are you able to be so accurate with the passes when you're not looking at where they're going?
It's a feel that I have. Feel for the game, feel for my teammates. I see things before they happen, and I just try to deliver the pass however I could. Sometimes I throw some flair on it, sometimes I'm disciplined on my passes, but I have total trust in my teammates because I know that they would catch it and finish it. So just tell them, if you get open, I'm going to find you.
Markquis, you tweeted about Cam today in the game we had yesterday. He told us that you were motivating him throughout the week and sharing some words with him. I guess just what did you see from him yesterday, and what was your message to him throughout this week?
Cam was big time in our win versus Michigan State. His defensive stops, his rebounding, his selflessness. I mean, he was a total team player yesterday, and I think that gets overlooked by my 19 assists and 20 points, but Cam was big time for us.
We have 5 minutes left.
You said you talked to him throughout the week. You kind of inspired him, gave him some motivation. What did you share with him throughout the week?
I sent him a text message the night before, and I said, man, I appreciate you. I'm glad to be your teammate and be alongside of you. And I felt a good game coming from him. I mean, I don't know what it was, but I told him, I said, I feel a good game coming from you because I see how hard he works. And he puts in so much time and effort in the gym. And, sometimes when you don't see that pay off, you could get a little discouraged. And, I just wanted to uplift him and bring him some positive vibes with that text message.
What's the most, in the last day or so, is there anyone you've heard from that's kind of stood out, whether it's someone famous or someone from your childhood?
Oh, man. I heard from Isiah Thomas, both of them. Carmelo. I heard from Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell. Well, it was a lot. I mean,
Like they message you on Instagram or something?
yeah, they messaged me, DM'd me.
What did Isiah and the team say?
I don't remember. I haven't even got a chance to respond to everybody, but I just seen it. I mean, like I said, God is good. This is His blessing.
Markquis, this heart over height thing has really been going for you lately, and then you get a shout out from Muggsy Bogues. What was that like?
I mean, it was fun. I mean, he laid the foundation, for smaller guards. I watched him growing up and see how, he was effective in his day. I'm just trying to keep the small guards alive.
Where were you this morning when you first heard about the newspaper cover?
I think I was sleeping. I think I was in bed. I only got like 4 to 5 hours of sleep, but I got a call from my brother. He showed me on FaceTime. It was pretty cool.
Right here.
Elite Eight, obviously the title of the teams, but each one of these teams that gets this far has some special hit factor to them. What's K-State's hit factor? What's the reason that you guys are here beyond just the talent on the court?
God, and we worked so hard during this off season. We believed in each other from day one. We believed in Coach Tang from day one. And I think we are the underdogs because, we haven't made it to the Final Four in 60 years. We lost in the Elite Eight, multiple times, and we was right there. And I feel like this team, notices that and, wants to get to the Final Four and get to Houston. And I think we'll be focused.
We have time for 2 more questions.
How important is the team pastor, Sterling, to your team? And do you have a relationship with him? Does he send you texts?
Man, pastor is amazing. We speak, every night before the game. And he just shares whatever, God sends him. And he's big time. He's been bringing me peace these last couple of games, and that's why I'm just out there to do whatever, I'm able to do because, of his prayers. So shout out to Pastor.
And we have 1 more.
So you're tired and you got a little bit of a bum ankle, but is there anything in the next 24 hours that you can do while you're home that maybe you wouldn't have been able to do as somebody you might be able to see, or anything at all? You're just gonna chill?
I wouldn't say I'm tired. I got a rolled ankle a little bit, but this is March Madness. This is where the greats are made. Everybody is banged up, at this time of the year. Everybody is, have some aches and pains. It's the toughest team and the toughest people is going to win. And I feel like, that's the most important thing. You got to be tough around this year. We worked on, different things to build our uncomfortability, in the off season. And I feel like we do pretty good, in those type of situations.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it. Thank